Sasa has asked from Slovenia, if a sexual desire arises between me and a particular woman, is it okay to express that next day with another woman? Or are there some morals to be observed? Sasa, what is meant by expression of a desire? To act according to the desire, then why ask? You should close that, please. Then why ask about the sexual desire in particular? Desires keep arising every minute. Strong ones probably every 5 minutes. Do you ask the same question with respect to all your desires? And if one has to follow desires, give in to desires, then the principle of giving in should apply to all desires. You pass through the market, you find there is something to eat, and then the next shop has something else to offer, and then there is more variety and more. Do you pounce upon each and every shop? Do you grab every single item that is there to be had? You're driving through the highway, one after the other, new and attractive and fancy car models speed past you. Energy arises in you to own those cars, to touch them, to possess them, to be in control of them. Do you start buying them one after the other? Do you even start experimenting with them one after the other? If desire is to be given expression, then why be selective in the expression? Go ahead and give expression unconditionally to each of your desires, and that will answer your question. then you will realize whether it is proper or wise to run after one woman one day and another woman the next day. That too with a sexual motive. Desires control you. Desires sit on top of what you really are. The great deception of desires is that they appear to be coming from within you, whereas they are all dependent on external stimuli. It's when you look at an object that a reaction arises from within you. Even to imagine an object, you must have at some point looked at it or read of it or heard of it. Don't you see how the whole thing proceeds? You might be sitting calmly, composed, serene, in your own inwardness, and something happens in your environment. A sensual input comes to you, rather attacks you, and you just drift away. You are forcibly taken away. You are kidnapped. The interesting thing is, it is not happening as per your wish, but you take it to be your wish. It is just not happening as per your desire, but you call the happening as my desire. Did you ever desire the desire? Do you choose your thoughts? Did you mean to be or plan to be desirous? Desire happens to you. Desire happens upon you. Desire happens in spite of you. Desire happens over you. Is a desire ever innate? You'll have to observe the whole mechanism of desires to see what I mean. By all means, pursue something that your heart implores you to pursue. But please be sure of your heart. One does not import his heart from elsewhere. The heart is your foundation. The heart is that which remains even when everything else falls apart, is taken away. The heart is your definition, your fundamental identity. If a call arises from there, if a wave emanates from there, surrender to it. But do our urges arise from our heart? Please observe your urges very carefully. See where do they come from. Because we have very little connection with our essence, with our heart. So that which we are, that which we define ourselves as, is very vulnerable, very susceptible to being carried away. You come across a holding, a billboard, and a desire arises in you. You look at a TV advertisement and you don't even know that your inner environment has been affected. Are these things happening from within? Somebody comes and talks of something to you. The wafting aroma of some delicacy, some preparation hits your nostrils. And you start feeling hungry. You even start salivating. Is all this a matter of the heart? I'm not asking you to resist it. I'm just asking you to know what it is. Resistance has a couple of problems. One, if you do not know what you are resisting, then your resistance will be misplaced and feeble. Secondly, one desire resisting another desire is no resistance at all. It is just civil war. There is no need to fight desires. There is no need to question whether or not one should follow desires. Just see what this whole game of desires is. And then let happen whatever happens.